Black Templars fan cinematic.
Speaking about Black Templars, I got this this chain.
I can't see your camera.
Oh, can you not?
Ew.
Oh.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
it's
one.
because the camera's being used on
Oh, okay,
my
so
thingy. Here, I got it. I got it.
yeah, I need to. What do you use OBS for streaming?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've got that set up to Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to set it up to not Twitch.
So we'll do that. And
So I can
then
only have one. I can only have one thing, like one streaming service, because I'm not paying for it. It's really weird. So my phone is looking at it the right way. On your screen, it is the right way, but on my screen, it's mirrored.
we're so bad at this. Wait, can you see me? Audio and video settings. Camera.
I mean, just do it your way if you want. So I can. I'm watching the stream anyway, so I'll watch you.
Okay.
Somehow through that anyway.
It might be delayed though.
Oh well. I don't know why it's not come up as yours.
Okay. Ooh, we got 3 viewers already. Okay.
So, subs have gone up on it recently.
Whose?
Were you on yours? Were you on like 160?
I have been getting a few subs lately. Let me check my thingy.
We're 216 at the moment. I mean, I can see your camera through the stream anyway, so if it's going to be, I'll just have to.
It's probably going to be a little delayed.
Well, you can't show me anything. Well, if you show me,
oh
something,
wow,
you've got to hold it there for another 30 seconds.
I'm at 216.
Yeah, not bad. We'll be taking over the big boy soon,
right? Well, a lot of stuff has been going on in the hobby. A lot of conversation, a lot of talk, which is nice.
No, it's been a real buzz, I think, recently with the
I am a wargamer
community. There's a lot of I don't know. It's been fun to doing stuff at the moment. I must admit though, I'm trying to keep on top of everyone's videos. I just can't. I think the problem is I've been subscribing to so many people now.
Yeah, there's a lot. I get a lot on my feed too, and it's really hard to have try to watch everybody's comment and stuff. I mean, because there's a lot of, there's easily close to an hour of content every single day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So maybe it's a bit. Yeah, I used to try watch people's kind of videos when I was at work.
Yeah.
Spare 5 minutes or something like that. I'll put a video on, but at the moment I just haven't had that.
Watching YouTube on company time.
Yeah, basically. Hey, here's British Legion. Hey, yeah, it's kind of going from being at lockdown where I can literally sit there all day watching everyone's videos.
Yeah.
And now I've come out of lockdown as well. I've kind of doubled my subscriber, kind of who I've subscribed to.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just got so many videos that I'm trying to watch, and it's just.
Yeah. Hey Nick, how's it going, man? Maybe this is a good timing to do the live stream now.
I think 10. I don't know what the earliest you get off work, but 10 o'clock isn't a terrible time.
Yeah. Well, 2 o'clock is 10 o'clock for you guys. Yeah. And I usually start at 6, which would get me off at 2:30. But if I work through my lunch break, then I get off at 2. So,
nice.
So that's what I did. And plus, it's a Friday too, so it's kind of nice to get off early and all that. But
because it's so hot, I've literally I came home, I got a beer out. Well, I put a beer. I had to get some food on the way home, so I got some beer, put it straight in the freezer. And I've been sat in my front room in my underwear for about 2 hours,
yeah,
drinking a beer, and then
yeah.
leave the shower.
I got all these tools for because my Black Templars. I want to kind of pimp them out, I guess, for lack of a better term, with some green stuff and make them all knighty, and then more Black Templar robes and candles on their backpacks and stuff like that. So I had the GW, these 3 that you get in the GW box. Their little like sculpting thing, but I couldn't really do a lot of stuff with those. So I got like on Amazon like all these different sided sort of things. So I'm gonna give those a try and see if that will kind of make life easier with doing the green stuff. But I'm not a expert on green stuff though. So
no Scruffy Crow.
Yeah, I still have my American Paratroopers in here that I'm still working on. That have come on. All right, I give up. But anyway, that look actually a little bit more better because I don't like the Warlord Games Paratroopers. I don't think they look well. They're very
metal.
Huh?
Oh, the plastic kit.
The plastics. The metals are really cool, but the metals though are D-Day decked out.
Yeah.
And then the box, the plastic box, are the 1943 uniforms. So they're they have different. They have gaiters on now, which they didn't have gaiters before the leggings. They just had regular jump boots on D-Day. So there's a lot of stuff that has to be changed around with the uniform and everything. And
I think I heard that when people said it first came out, the uniforms were like
they were cartoony, sort of. I mean, if you look at the sprues, they just look weird to the human eye. Like it's hard to explain, but you can tell. You know, you can hey, something's not right here.
It's almost like the borderline heroic scale in a way.
Yeah.
Warlord always seemed to be that.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Speaking about Airborne, my shirt.
I don't think I can show you because my thing's not going to be good enough. Where's my camera?
I am super excited to see how those turn out. Are you doing?
I modified it so I've got the Pickle Halb.
Okay.
And gas mask.
The old one, yeah, the old school one.
Yeah, because they don't have them with the gas masks, so I ended up butchering. So I've got my Maxim gun crew. They're all going to be in gas masks with the Pickle Halb.
That's gonna be so awesome. That's gonna be so cool. This box though, the U.S. infantry box, this is like the detail on the uniforms are just magnificent, and like the wrinkles on the uniforms. You know, if a guy's in a pose and he's got his legs spread out, you know, there's going to be some tension on the pants, you know, because his legs are spread out, and the sculpting is just absolutely breathtaking on it. So I bought an extra box of these because I already have 2 for my Rangers, but I bought a 3rd box because they were so awesome. And that's what I'm using right now. So I'm using the U.S. infantry uniforms, and I'm using the green stuff to turn them into airborne ones.
Oh, nice. That's quite cool.
So
that's a cool idea.
But it's going to take a while, though, because
I've never been good at green stuff, to be honest.
I never even tried it until when I started doing this, but actually I was like, oh, not half bad. So I guess you gotta try it. It's a little scary, but I'm not an expert though.
I use liquid green stuff a bit just to fill in gaps.
See, that's something I've never been able to do, is fill in the gaps.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
got British Legion in the chat. He said, "Hey boys."
I have that GW liquid. That
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, I've never been able to really use that efficiently.
Yeah.
Offensive miniatures. Let me look that up right now.
I'm gonna look that up as well. British Powers they do as well. Nice.
Home shop. Are you looking at the Elite catalog?
Yeah. So many companies about US Powers. That's a cool pose.
Oh, those are cool. Those are really cool.
Have you seen? I can't think who does them. It's
There's not many poses, but I gotta say though, like those are really nice for characters.
yeah.
You know, if you want to do like a Lieutenant Winters or something, you know.
Have you seen the? I can't think what the name is. It's Stossi, something
No.
Heroes, and he just does sculpts, and he's done like all of the Band of Brothers, all the Easy Company sculpts.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
for
know
all
that.
the main characters, it looks really cool.
Oh, I didn't know if you hold on to it, it actually changes and shows you different different poses and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
8 figures for £10. Firing. It's not bad. Like firing poses with the Thompson, the Garand.
I gotta do I gotta look on my currency change app. £85 would be $110.
Yeah, that's that's some nice stuff.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I've been looking at the squads, Wayne. It looks some nice stuff. And like for the price, I mean, 10 figures for £15.
Yeah.
So for metal as well, I'd say that's pretty good. And they're full of like that. If you go on squad 3, go along to the third picture. That's who I would use as Spears, Lieutenant Spears.
Three.
Becomes a major, I think.
Squad,
so squad 3 and go on the third picture. There's a guy with a Thompson.
The guys.
Goggles on.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Spears. That's really cool.
That one's really cool.
These look really nice. These look very nice.
Thank you. Thanks, Wayne, for showing us that. I've actually
Thanks for spending our money, Wayne.
Yeah, right. Telling us he's basically grabbing our money and spending it.
I mean, I'm going to look at.
I actually like those.
But I might see what other armies they do.
Stoke, have you seen a walk in woods with Robert Redford? That's you. I haven't seen Walk in the Woods before, but interesting story though. My grandfather, he does sculpting, actual like clay sculpts of Native Americans, and me and my father went down to visit him down in Arizona, so like the West, like desert, cactuses everywhere, and crazy things that want to kill you, and tarantulas as well. And we went to this guy's house, this like millionaire, right? This millionaire house, and we had to there was like a security guard at a gate, and he had to call the house, and they were like, yeah, let him in. And so we went up there, and we were like, oh my goodness, this guy's loaded, right? And it's like a community of all these millionaires. And so this guy that we went, he was interested in my grandfather's work. And him and this and his neighbor, who was a billionaire, they were
Hmm?
they got together and they were making this book that shows a lot of Native American artifacts and stuff like that. And they wanted to feature one of my grandfather's big, huge iron bronzes. I mean, it's like this tall from the ground. It's pretty big. It's a huge chieftain with like a peace pipe out. It's really cool, and so he goes, yeah, when can you come back? And my grandfather goes, oh, sometime next week. How about this? And he goes, well, I can't do that day because Robert Redford's coming on that day. So and I'm listening to this. Me and my dad are in the background, and I'm like, Dad, did you just hear that guy? What he said? He said Robert Redford is going to be on that day. It was. I don't think I've ever been that close to a high roller ever. That was something. We just sat there and
Well,
walked around. Me and my dad just sat there and walked around the house and was just in awe. Like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. Yeah.
on an unrelated note, I probably would advise you not to look at the Napoleonics on this website. They look amazing.
Well, I don't do Napoleonic 28 millimeters.
Not yet, you don't.
Yeah, right. Right. I'm gonna run out of stuff one day.
They got like
This is all Wayne's fault. Oh my goodness, the German SS. I have got to click on this.
95th rifles look amazing. Like, get away.
Whoa, dude! Check out the Waffen SS. I guess I should say it properly.
The winter Germans. They look really cool.
Oh man,
I want to do a winter army at some point.
they got the Zelt bands and everything. The Kar 98s.
Army. That looked quite cool.
The 8th Army. That's really cool.
I can't. The price seems so good as well.
You can't.
Yeah, and also a lot of German. Oh, the Italian infantry. That'd be quite cool. I was hoping there'd be the Italians with all the plumed helmets in the desert, Africa.
The paratroopers look good, but I think Warlord Games just knocks it out of the park with the British Fallschirmjäger.
German Fallschirmjäger.
Those look really good.
That's some really cool stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a company I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've never heard of them before, which is very shocking.
Like, these random figures, like, they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking on the defenders of the Reich.
I love Robert Redford. Hail Mary, Lord of Grace. Full of grace, yeah. Nijmegen, man. Nijmegen. Man, I need to get something to eat. This beer's going right through.
What a set. What a website. Oh.
Nick just said something regarding towards you.
You sent the first class yesterday. Oh, okay, cheers, mate. Well, hopefully that'll be tomorrow. I haven't received anything. However, my missus likes to let me know I've received a post about 3 days later. So I got into a habit now again. Have I had a post today? No. Every day I have to ask her if I've had a post. She just won't tell me. She just put it to one side and then she'll be like, oh yeah, you had a package like 3 days ago. Why didn't you say? Especially I'm waiting on something model related. So I've been kind of non-stop buying stuff recently.
This is great timing to have the show on because everybody else is on in the UK, especially on a Friday night. Because usually it's just you and me talking because it's like 6 a.m.
to ourselves.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah, we normally kick off at 7, don't we? Normally.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. It's Friday night as well. Helps.
Yeah.
We're probably more. I don't know. Maybe more willing to have a later night to get stuff done.
I got to get going on my Indominus box. It's just sitting there.
Mountain of
I
a
know,
bit daunting to me. I think the Indomitus, because you just are you building up the Necrons as well? Are you going to have both armies? Yeah.
Yeah. Necrons, I feel like, are going to be very easy. You just got to put your time into them. But once they're done, they get done really quick. It's the Black Templars that are going to be a labor of love. So, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying as hard as I can not to find a different interest, you know. But historical though, it's been poking at me and like, hey, you got those Napoleonics. They look pretty cool, don't they? And also like the bolt action and all that. The bolt action I've been looking at like, it'd be really nice to paint some bolt action right now, but I'm like, no. I gotta stick with. I got the boxes. I've been waiting 2 months for them. They're finally here. I gotta get into it. I gotta get some stuff done. So people are counting on me, even though nobody's counting on me. But yeah, I gotta get them done.
Nick, if the package is that big, it might not have gone through my front door. So if it's what I'm hoping it is, of just a metric ton of miniatures, then.
What did you order?
I've
been out of the loop.
Nick's been nice enough to send me a present, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, an old
I have
package.
no way of talking to my missus now. We're a wall away from each other.
Yeah.
And I'm using my phone as a webcam, so I can't text her now. So there's a very good chance that it actually sat downstairs waiting for me, and she hasn't told me.
Okay.
So I can't ask her at the moment, as I can hear baby crying. So I imagine she's dealing with baby. So
yeah. No. Hey, Nick's cure packages. It's like a fine wine. It's really nice. Actually,
can't wait.
Speaking about that, I'll be right back because I got something to show for Nick.
Very nice. Oh yeah, I sympathise as well. Nick. It's so hot. I've been a bit out of it with painting recently. It's just so uncomfortable. I've got a tiny little desk fan that can't even feel it. That's kind of my aircon in this room. So I rely on that. Which, yeah, doesn't do the trick, I'm afraid.
Okay, so Nick will he'll remember these. So he gave me these from a cure package, and I have the note somewhere. The note that he wrote in there. I mean, it's like 7 years old. It's crazy. Time flies.
Ooh.
But it's these Flames of War zombie Germans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they look really cool. And,
waiting for the delay on the stream, so.
Oh,
I can see it now.
Yeah, they're super, super cool. Super cool. And, I mean, I've had these for a long time. He gave me these when I was, I think, in junior high, in middle school, whatever you call it over there.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
And I have it now, and I've already 3 years in college, so that just tells you how long I've had them for. So, still got them, Nick. Still got them.
Who else does some zombie Germans? Is that
Warlord Games? It's 40 Conflict 47.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, so I have this idea. Yeah, Happy Days. That's a long time ago. Very long time ago.
Good old days.
That's when all of us were really into Flames of War before we started expanding into a lot more. What was I going to say? So my D-Day board, how I kind of did that was kind of like a trial, sort of like, hey, what can I do? how good can I do with a big project like that. And I came up with an idea that next time I do a board, I was thinking of doing a sort of underground Nazi complex with all these different rooms and everything. So it's kind of like a Space Hulk, like the old Space Hulk, but it's
Oh, nice.
you
Yeah.
get 2-inch foam, insulation foam, right, in a sheet of, I think it's 6 by 4 feet, um, and then I just start carving out uh, passages and rooms and all sorts of stuff, and maybe probably if I want to be super spiffy with it, just make it modular so I can change rooms and all sorts of stuff, maybe in like cubes, like little squares, and then do like an entrance with like a bunker and stuff, and then you get to so it's kind of like Battlefield World War I, how they kind of did the I forget what it's called, operations. How you kind of
Oh, yeah.
you had sections, that kind of, it was like a storyline, and you had to get through. You had to win like missions in the beginning to get farther
Yeah, you
into.
have to take objectives to kind of expand the.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was
Yeah,
one of the better bits of.
that was great. Yeah, Battlefield 1 was
Play
amazing.
Battlefield 2 at all? Battlefield 5. Sorry.
Battlefield 5, I have not touched it
World War
at
II.
all. I think it's blasphemy what they did in World War II.
I mean, yeah, I think gameplay wise, it's enjoyable to an extent.
Yeah. And so you have the outside going into, it's kind of like Star Wars. Like you have the outside of the indoor bunker, and you fight around it, and then you get
Yeah,
inside, and then that's when you have the walkways, the the very slick corridors and the rooms and stuff. And I was just something to do a lot of, be really fun with, and just do a lot of creative nonsense things. So have get those Warlord games, those Conflict 47 miniatures, those German zombies, and then use those, and also maybe do like some Nazi UFO stuff, kind of like the Hanabu is what it's called, I believe. Those kind of
have you?
or like the Bell de Glock or something like that. Really funny, goofy, cool stuff, and yeah, I figured that would be really cool.
Have you seen? I can't think who did it. I want to say like Wargame Illustrated or something. I don't know really.
I gotta.
Anyway, so they did a video of this guy who built his World War One. Can't think what it's called now. It's a French fort, I think, and it was all underground.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, he built it out
Yeah,
of foam.
well, I think that isn't that a map on Battlefield 1? No.
This looked awesome. It was like so he built it all out of foam and stuff
Oh.
as a kind of display, and it looked incredible.
British Nick says, I've got some upcoming 28mm German zombies. Ooh, I'm excited to see them.
Nice.
They're gonna be like this, but on a larger scale.
Also talk about like
the
German
bunker.
Zombies, that film Overlord.
Yeah.
Which is.
The bunker. That sounds familiar. I remember there's a British film. It's a shitty movie. It's just like low budget. I think it's called The Outpost, and it's like these British soldiers in this bunker, and then all of a sudden they find out that there's Nazi zombies in it. I don't know. And of course, we all know the Nazi zombie movie, Dead Snow.
Can't say I know it.
Really? Dead Snow? Watch the final scene on YouTube. It's pretty gory, but it's like they all come. It's like this German unit that was like up in the Alps. Okay, yeah, The Outpost. I can't believe I remember that for some. I watched that when I was like in 6th grade or whatever. But yeah, they come out of the Alps, and it's just like this huge scene of them like chopping up these guys with chainsaws, these Nazi Germany zombies with chainsaws and stuff, and then like one of them gets ran over by a snowmobile. It's super goofy. Yeah,
I'll have to try and check.
yeah. Nick knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's an old movie. Well, it's not too old. It's like 2000 and something. Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
So, AWI Miniatures. Let's talk about the American War of Independence. We already kind of, before we started the stream, we looked at some of the Warlord Games miniatures, and those aren't Warlord Games sculpts. Those are I think they're War Games Factory or not War Games Factory. War Games Factory is what you got. Those World War One guys. What was the one that went out of business?
Oh, that's War Games Atlantic I got. Is it War Games Foundry?
Foundry.
Yeah, I think. I know.
Hey,
sure.
Boney's Miniatures, or Reanimator, something. It's a good thing you changed your name. Boney's Miniatures now. Oh, I guess we should probably put this live stream on Discord. I'll do that right now.
I mean, so going to like. I'm going to have to get Warlord Games out now. I think it is War Games Foundry. Yeah. Maybe like American War of Independence. I quite like the sort of colonial militia sort of look.
Because they had War Games Foundry had the 28 millimeter Japanese feudal Japan range.
Yeah. Oh, I see the Liberty and Death box set you're on. Yeah, I don't know if I would go British if I did American War of Independence. I think it would have to be. Okay, so you're. I think it would have to be the colonial tree. The continental.
Yeah.
Or maybe like if I was doing Sharks practice, I could get kind of colonial militia and just do like a real inexperienced force.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Hey, Boney's Miniatures. Let me know what your first name is. That way I can address you that from now on.
I think his first name is Boney.
Yeah.
His second name's Miniatures.
Do you think his hat is worth 50,000 men?
What's that?
Do you think his hat is worth 50,000 men? I don't know if you'll get that, but I'm pretty sure British Legion will get that.
Part. Go British. I mean, yeah. I've only got one British army, and that's the Highlanders. So I really like the look of the British back then with the kind of tricorns and stuff. It looks really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's pretty schmexy.
I feel like I'm sort of an underdog guy though, in a way. I say that, and I'm really, but I've got two British. I technically got my World War II British.
One Christmas I did get the American War of Independence Colonial Army from Perry Miniatures, and those were actually really good sculpts. I really like those. Those are, if I did the American War of Independence with 28 millimeter, 60,000 men. Sorry, Nick. Is it 60,000?
50,000. Is that Waterloo when he says that?
Yeah.
I think I maybe might know the quote.
Yeah. Hothy, you're such an Englishman. But yeah, I had Perry Miniatures. I still have them. Actually, no, I don't have them anymore. I sold them.
I wanted to go into English Civil War, and I was thinking of maybe doing the metal range for that.
Where would you go for that though? I don't know
I
anything about the American or the English Civil War at all.
mean, I don't either, to be honest.
I'm more in love
Um,
with Perry or Victrix plastics now. Victrix,
Victrix
Perry,
is.
Perry just everybody loves Perry, and it's definitely earned. Well earned when it comes to Perry.
Perry are just incredible,
Victrix
yeah.
is the same thing as well, but Victrix though, like they just do when they do plastics, they really just they do better, I think, than anybody else.
I've noticed with Victrix now is they're amending their prices. So they're going towards Warlord games. You know, they
Mm.
got a very good product, and their prices are now starting to kind of reflect that. Where, you know, with the original, I compare it to my Republican Romans. I bought 60 for £30,
Hey,
and all of a
Miller's
sudden now you can
Miniatures, how's it going,
buy
man?
their more up to date miniatures, and it's like £37 for 40 or 45. So it's like they are bringing the price range closer to Warlord games, but then they
Yeah,
are very nice miniatures, so can't really knock them for that. I'm going to check out what Miller's just mentioned. Hey, Miller's miniatures. There we go.
Bicorn Miniatures.
Icorn miniatures. Let's check them out. Icorn.
I'm going to do that as well.
Icorn miniatures. And he recommended them for English Civil War. Yeah. All but hot. Yeah, it's so hot. God damn it, it's hot.
Are you guys like having a heat wave right now?
Uh, if you we'd call it a heat wave, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Was it like up to 30 degrees near me?
I'd have to get
Celsius, that is.
a degree calendar or something or a degree calculator, kind of like how I have my currency changer because I don't know what 30 degrees Celsius would be for me.
Yeah.
Us uncivilized folk.
You bloody Yanks.
Those are some really nice miniatures.
It's not loading, so I've gone straight to the American Civil War. Really, I probably shouldn't go to English.
What does Tristan do? I haven't heard from Tristan in a while. What does he do for his ECW? He does. I think he does Warlord games.
What channel, Tristan? I was looking at doing a loyalist ECW, and I was thinking I found I can't remember what they're called now. They're an Irish regiment.
Stug, do you have aircon? I don't know what that is.
Air conditioning.
Oh, air conditioning. Yeah, I have air conditioning.
I don't know anyone that would come to the, straight away that I'd think of that has air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Just love to get too hot. My house as well is like a mid-terrace house. Only a terrace of 4, but it just gets heated up. Like we don't need our heating on pretty much all year round. It gets so hot. But also, like Miller's mentioning Bicorn, which has some really nice miniatures, but you just straight away compare their prices, like paying £12 for 8 miniatures. I know it's metal, and fair enough, but it's hard to sometimes kind of.
Yeah. Ooh, American Civil War.
Yeah, I went straight to American Civil War. Mine's not loading for some reason. It's not loading any pictures.
No, mine's not doing this. Yeah, mine's doing the same thing. I can't get any pictures.
Only in the American Civil War, which is weird.
Not even if you click on it.
Oh well, it must not be. They don't want us to.
I got one picture. I got another picture.
Yeah, Miller's saying about plastic. Warlord doing plastic ECW. Yeah, they do. But I'm not sure about. I don't know if I like the kit. This stream
American
should
West.
just be what should everyone should. It should be called convincing the guys to buy stuff. Everyone just comes into the chat and convinces to
Yeah.
buy from companies.
Everybody makes their cases.
Who they think should be the best, and at the end
Yeah.
of the stream,
Hey,
we all
Alan Smith's
spend some
on.
money.
Hey,
Hey, the man himself.
how's it going, man? I sent you a bunch of invites on some of the Discord channels that where we talk a lot. I mean, there's a lot on there. Basically, almost everybody has their own little server, but it's there's like only a few big ones where all these people are on there and show what they're working on and stuff like that. So, which I see that you're on Anonymous Wargamer. That one's a good one. That one's a really good one. Yeah. And the app. I don't know if you have the app, but the app is also really nice because I get notifications all the time on my phone of what discussions going on and stuff, and with everybody. So, yeah. And you can always tell when people start waking up. It's around 6, maybe 7 in the afternoon for me, and then it's like 9 o'clock at night in where I am, and all of a sudden I'll get notifications. And I'll go, whoop! Looks like the Australians are up, and there's Pavakis on there and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That you have the app. Awesome. Yeah.
I was going to say, to answer Miller's stuff, he said, like, did they say why they wouldn't do plastic kits, or have they just kind of got other plastic ranges in mind? Because there's
Harry's do
ECW.
metal ECW and got asked for the other day if they would think about doing a plastic range, but they are straight up said no. So I guess they're just. Huh.
Also, Miller's saying about, I guess he's saying about Warlord Plastics. And once you've done 2 regiments, they're just the same. So you kind of got to throw other companies in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet as long as they scale right, I don't mind doing that. You know, you could have your bog standard troops having your plastics, and then you can spice it up with some metal miniatures just to kind of do a nice job of it.
Yeah.
As long as they scale, because a lot of the metals tend to be a bit chunkier than plastics.
Yep. That is very true.
Plastics tend to be quite slim.
Have you been working on your American Civil War at all lately?
No. So I want to pick up the Union skirmishing box set and paint them up as Confederates.
Okay.
Because you've kind of, well, I don't know if I want to. You have to go on it now.
It's super simple, super easy. Like, it's the American Civil War, so you can do really whatever goes. If you want a lot of slouch hats, just paint them black for Union, and then if you want Confederate, just make sure you have like a mixture of slouch hats and kepis. I mean, it's.
I was thinking of
Hey, Miller Miniatures, thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate it.
Nice. I was thinking of getting the American Civil War Union infantry and sackcoats skirmishing. I was thinking of picking them up and doing them up as Confederates. I could kind of use them as skirmishers or a firing line. I've only got 12 skirmishers in my force at the moment. Everyone else is line infantry. So
how many regiments or brigades do you have?
Well, I wouldn't know how to class them as a regiment or whatever. So
I guess it all depends on you and also the rule set that you're using.
I use Sharp's practice, and each little unit.
Oh, it's a skirmish. Okay.
Yeah, it's a skirmish. I mean, I haven't looked at any bigger sets, to be honest, but I've got 5 8-man units of Zouaves, and then I've got 7 8-man units of standard Confederate infantry, and then I've got 12 skirmishers and 3 cannons, plus flags and commanders and stuff. So I want to expand them a bit. I don't need to expand them, but it'd be a bit of fun if I do. So.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking of getting like another like one of the other box sets, because I can just change it up a bit.
Mhm.
I can maybe have some more skirmish poses, or at least do them up as a firing line. Don't know yet.
I need to keep going on my Dragoons here for the monthly challenge.
Yeah, so I've eyed up. I've eyed up some Confederate cavalry on eBay. Perry Confederate cavalry. So I'm going to have a look at that, I think, for now.
Mm.
And
Stug, I like your nature walk video. Thank you. It was. I don't know if anybody was gonna watch it all because it was so long, but I don't know. I was like, nah. Whoever watches it watches it. I don't really care. It's not really, you know.
I had it on in the background whilst I was driving
Yeah.
home.
Well.
Just lit to chat, which was nice.
Yeah. Well, to me, I like long videos because I can sit there and do whatever, and it's just playing. And I hate when videos are like really super short because you're sitting there painting and then the video ends and then you're like, oh, well, I don't want to watch whatever's next, maybe, or I got to find a different video, and then you spend all your time, yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm the same as I like having long videos. I can put them on whilst I'm painting. But also, I like having short videos just so I can watch loads of videos. So I can,
Yeah.
if I want, like especially with the community, I want to get out and watch as many people's videos as I can. Like a comment, it's nice having these 3-minute videos, so you can literally sit there 3 minutes, watch someone's video, comment on it, like it, and then move on. And I'm just trying to. It's nice. People watching my videos is nice, so I just try kind of return the favor in them.
Mm-hmm. Alan says, "Cheers, chaps." See, he's got the British lingo down. I never, because we don't say "cheers, chaps" or anything like that over here. But we just started doing it because you guys do it all the time. So it's like trying to be a part of the fun group, Drinking some Scottish ale at the moment. Ooh, nice. I just finished some Alaskan Husky IPA. I don't know, because Alan, you're in Idaho or Ohio, so I don't know if you guys get Alaskan at all. It's already a little hard to find a lot of the other flavors where I am, which is very close to Alaska. It's all brewed in Juneau, so which you think that where I am, it would get a lot of these products, especially all the other ones. But yeah.
One of my go-to beers at the moment is Hop House 13 by so Guinness. You make Guinness. They do a really nice lager as well.
I tried the Guinness not too long ago, like my first Guinness, and it was pretty good. I do like those dark beers. I have a local brewery in town, because breweries are really big where I am in the Pacific Northwest, and there's one downtown, and there's one called, they have a flavor called the black smoked black tiki, something like that. But it's black. It is dark, but it tastes so good though. It's like a beer mixed in with coffee.
Yeah. So when you like
roasted black tiki, that's what it's called. It is so good.
And stuff.
It is so good. So good. I drink Polish.
I thought I meant like polish, like bottles of polish.
I drink
hard stuff. Jesus. Wood polish.
Polish.
Fair enough. Takes the edge off.
Some here. To be honest, I put all the effort into painting and then can't think of what to say sometimes. So mostly short updates. Yeah.
I mean, I like short updates because it's easy just to trickle through videos. But sometimes it's nice having an hour-long video that I'm interested in.
I'd like to do short updates, but whenever I try to do a short update, it ends up becoming a half an hour long of me rambling on. So I usually, every single video, I usually do like 2 trials or maybe even 3. And then I'm like, okay, I got it down short enough. I don't know what I do differently, but
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Wayne, I really like Hobgoblin. I really like Hobgoblin Gold at the moment.
Hobgoblin Gold.
Yeah, it's a good one. What else? I really like Proper Job by Saint Austell. That's one of my top ones as well.
Oh,
Saint
that's
Austell
British. Okay, no wonder it doesn't sound familiar.
Eels. Yeah, sorry. Hobgoblin's really nice though.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, what? I mean, me and my mate normally stick to Guinness on a
That's
night out
not.
because it's
Yeah.
the most consistent beer you can get because Guinness is extremely consistent.
Mm.
So you only have a bad Guinness if it's gone really bad. Apart from that, it's tends to be pretty good. So you always know you're going to get a nice drink of it. So.
I like how Hobgoblin has a Dalby on the front.
A bit. Well, it's a Hobgoblin. Sure. What else what other beer? I really actually no. I tell my favorite brewery is Badger Brewery. That's probably my favorite after Guinness.
Working on a new video, Alan says top 20 selling war games. Ooh, I'm interested in watching that.
Yeah, Alan. Yeah, Guinness is brilliant. That's why I think it's so. Like I said, it's such a smooth drink. You can
Yeah.
It's like to me, it fills you up, but it's a session. Like you can sit there and just sip it all day. Like it has no edge to it. You can just drink it. It's like creamy, which is bloody lovely.
Yeah,
I really like Badger beers as well. My sister actually works for the brewery in one of the pubs. So,
oh really? Huh.
Say works for the brewery. She works in a pub owned by the brewery. Oh. It's not that fancy, but no, yeah, it's really nice Badger stuff. Mm. That's Cornish as well, I believe, or I think Cornish. I want to say Cornish. Cornish ales are very nice.
About an hour away, there's a big, huge liquor store, and it's like a big mall, basically, of all these different types of booze. And there's an aisle that's all from different countries and stuff. And I had that German, I forget the name, but it's like their famous beer hall, you know. I actually got, this is kind of funny. My grandfather got me this, but this is an old LP from it doesn't say anyways, but it's a German beer music or what is it, in a German beer garden, and it's like yodeling, like do 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 do. It's kind of like the Manor horn for us Americans in Disneyland. It's like the Manor horn.
You ever heard
but this right here, this brand, I had their original brew, and it is by far my favorite beer I've ever drank. That was so good. It was a little expensive because it was German and, international, but it was so good. It was great.
I'm going to have to keep up to date on this. So, yes, Corona with a slice is very nice in the hot weather. Spitfire, that's quite a nice beer. I don't mind Spitfire. Thirsty Ferret is very good beer. Miller's. Thirsty Ferret or First Cool, which I think they've renamed now. Badger. That's very good.
I have no idea what any of these are.
You'll have to come to the UK then, and we can educate.
I know. I'm gonna have to go to the UK. I'm gonna have to. Hey, next. I promise you, next. What is it? Next salute. It's gonna be my first international trip.
I really want to go. Well, I can't really whinge, but it's my daughter's birthday weekend sort of thing. So I'm basically never going to be able to go to sleep, which is a bummer. So maybe my brother lives in London as well, so I could literally just go stay with him.
Yeah.
The weekend.
I prefer above 8% alcohol content beer.
Couldn't drink that.
Good man. I'm this one is 7%. This Husky IPA.
I go to a few. Well, I normally go, obviously not at the moment, to quite a few beer festivals,
Mm-hmm.
and if I think 5% would be my top, and having a beer, because
Yeah.
I like as soon as I can start tasting it, it just completely puts me off.
Mm-hmm. Maker's Mark bourbon. You know, the best bourbon, Alan, that I had was actually down in Kentucky, and it was at, maybe you've been there. It was Colonel Sanders' wife's house, and there's like a restaurant inside, and I mean the southern food is just to die for. The cream corn was just to die for, and they had bottles of bourbon with the wax on it and stuff, on the lid and everything. But that was by far the best bourbon I think I've ever had in my life. That was super good, and I'm not a hard A guy, but yeah, this became the fine dining and beer show now.
Yeah.
Currently helping a gentleman build a YouTube channel. He was undoubtedly the world's largest 15mm Army collection. Ooh. What 15mm does he do? Does he do AWI? Which I have to say, your 15mm American War of Independence they look super good. Super good. And I'm excited for some battle reports, because I feel like there's not a lot of battle reports out there that feature American War of Independence in that scale. So
It's just, I think with one, battle reports are rare anyway,
mm-hmm.
in a certain way, but also like I think Napoleonics are just so dominant in that sort of black powder era that it's rare to find another system. Like when I got into Napoleonics because of my local games club, because loads of people were playing it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anyone else I've seen there with anything else but Napoleonics when it comes to black powder. I've seen some English Civil War actually, but apart from that, it's kind of it. And obviously that's not necessarily black powder; it's taken shot, but it's kind of there's nothing else in that. And especially when there is like the American Civil War, the American War of Independence. I think there's the French and Indian War. They play that at the club. Yeah.
500 BC to current. He has well over 500,000 miniatures. Oh my goodness. He's going to be very popular in the community.
I mean, that would be impressive in 6 mil, let alone 15 mil.
Yeah. Kentucky boy here. I was only in Kentucky for a little bit, but first off, the humidity was pretty crazy. We're not very humid up here in Washington. It's very wet. There's a lot of moisture in the air, but it's not. There's no heat to like that battles the moisture. But yeah, Kentucky was really cool. I went to the Louisville baseball museum where they make all the bats and stuff. That was really cool.
Ooh.
Baseball, man, baseball. I'm not a sports guy at all, but baseball I like. It's classy. It doesn't have a bunch of hoodlums in it anymore. It doesn't have any hoodlums like basketball or football. Now it's just those sports are just changed dramatically.
Money, that's the problem. Money gets into it.
Baseball, it's still just,
I really like rugby over here because they're capped on what they can spend on players, even though there's been a massive scandal with one of the teams this year.
Oh, really?
Spent a lot too much. They spent too much and kept it secret and done a bit of naughty stuff.
Hey, we have our scandals in America.
So the whole team is capped on a salary cap, so they can't go over a certain amount of money on the whole team's salary.
Mm-hmm.
So it just means you're not having one team buys all the best players and therefore becomes dominant. But also it means you don't get in like football, soccer, if that helps you, where they just get millions a year for playing. It kind of brings it back down to earth a bit. That's probably why rugby's a bit more of a gentleman's game.
Yeah.
Whereas football's a bit more of a boy
Yeah, it's the
kids
same
game.
thing with baseball. Baseball is it's a gentleman's sport, and that's why I still like it. It's very respectable, and I don't know. Like I said, there's not hoodlums or anything. I mean, I'm old school, but I hate like the whole, I don't know, the hairstyles and all of that, and how crazy
Yeah,
people get in football, and I don't know. I'm just old school. But ever had a Kentucky hot brown? No, I have. I've never had a Kentucky hot brown. I was raised on a horse farm. Yeah, when I was in Kentucky, it seemed like there was a lot of ranches, a lot of wide open spaces with white fencing, pure white fencing, like brand new painted white fencing all over the place. It was really cool. Saw a lot of that driving on my way to Colonel Sanders' wife's house. It was like a huge mansion. It was really cool. Uh, Miller says that's the difference between rugby and football now. Rugby is still a sport where, as football is now a business.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, soccer. Football in the U.S. is very popular, which is really
Well, it
weird.
makes money. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's when, for instance, like football over here, as soon as it starts making a load of money, then it's an opportunity to make money. So therefore, they run it like a business
Yeah.
rather than just doing it for entertainment. So
I live on a RAF base.
yeah, where's that to? Or
That's
not that I would know any RAF bases apart from Farnham.
yeah.
So,
Well, he's right outside of London, if I remember.
I assumed he was London area because of his accent. That's
That's
as good as I get.
yeah. The Bits are excellent pilots. The Brits. Oh, Brits.
Only the trained Brits.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a terrible pilot.
Just stick a Brit in a Spitfire. Just
Yeah.
let him go. Take down
Let him
about
go.
5 Germans.
Wind them up and let them go.
Yeah. It's got like a little twisty thing on the back. Wind them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clockwork. Key in the back. RAF Gravesend. Gravesend. Oh, I don't know. I won't pretend I know where that is because I don't. That sounds cool.
It's
Oh, nice.
yeah.
I don't know if there's any RAF near me. I don't think there's any really military. I work next to the MOD, but it's not like you see any cool stuff around there.
I mean, what's that?
Ministry of Defence building.
Oh, okay.
You have is it 42 Commando near mine in Bridgewater? It's 44 Commando. They're stationed there. Yeah, there's nothing cool military-wise near me.
Oh, Alan.
Kentucky hot brown toast, roast turkey, bacon, cheese sauce on top. Wow, that sounds amazing.
Maybe I have had that. I remember going into. I mean, I was there for a little bit, and I went to all these restaurants and stuff and I'm a big burger guy, so I probably had it. But yeah, Alan, because I'll show you these because Alan's the one who his video is the one that got me into ESR. I don't play. I'm not interested in really the rule set, but definitely those campaign books though, and I got some grenadiers on the base.
Colchester Guards. Is it Colchester Guards? Is that I think
Some
I'm saying that right.
some Voltigeurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sandwich. Oh.
It's not. It's not a sandwich. It's open face.
Oh.
Reminds me a bit like what over here in like pubs they do Hunter's chicken, which is amazing. It's a chicken breast, barbecue sauce, then bacon, and then cheese melted on top.
Mm.
It's so nice. It used to be my go-to pub meal.
When we have people in the chat, we're all over the place now. Talking about miniatures, talking about beer,
Yeah.
talking about food now.
Rich people being
What does it come to?
natural born airplane.
Yeah.
It's pilots. Yes. It was a good job we didn't really write down anything to talk about because we'd have just gone to pot anyway.
Eat with a fork.
That sounds really nice though, Alan, I must admit. I mean, cheese and stuff is good to me.
Yeah.
Got cheese on it, I'll put it in my mouth. Take that the wrong way. Army marches on its stomach. It's very true. We march on our stomachs.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should march a bit more
And
just to reduce my stomach, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what they say when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Mm.
I heard that today on the radio, so I'm using it a lot.
The going gets tough, the tough gets going. Well, who did that song? When the going gets tough.
I have no. I didn't even know that was a song. I listen to older, so like older stuff.
British Legion's off to Bedfordshire. Nice.
Awesome, Nick.
Sleeping.
Hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining us. And this is going to be the new schedule now. We're not going to be doing it at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. for...
I mean, I don't mind that, honestly.
For now, this is the schedule.
And also, like I was thinking earlier, if this works out at all right time, this could be good beer tasting time as well.
Yes, that's right.
Cheers,
yeah, Alan probably wants to participate in that. We've been talking about doing a beer tasting session just on Skype, not on YouTube or anything. Just us on Skype ourselves, not publicly, and just kind of do some interesting beer tastings and share our beers from different areas of the world. So, yeah.
Well, now I know I can. Because I can post up outside in a comfy sofa and drink from there. So we can.
Yep. I have
figure it out.
Here, I have a bag over here of some different Alaskan beers.
I've still got my beer fridge filled up with those beers I bought.
Same here. I've drank a little bit, but I still saved a lot of different types. The only thing I did drink was that German beer I was talking about. That was like my favorite. I drank all of them, and then I saved one for the beer tasting, and then I was like, after a week of it sitting there, I was looking at it, and I was like, I can always get more. And so I drank that last one. It was so good. But I have, so this is like the IPA, the Husky IPA. That's their second most common. And then they have this one here. I have some in the cans and also in glass containers. But this one here is really good. This is Alaskan White Brew, and this is like a Belgian style.
Yeah, really, I'm not a huge Belgian beer fan. It always reminds you of wheat beer. Always has that sort of similar taste. The Belgian beer has that certain taste to it, man.
Yeah.
Massive fan of it.
Alan Smith. I wish I could be on video. Yeah, well, we were just talking about how it'd be nice to have other people, just instead of just me and Matt all the time, having other people kind of join on to the show as well. That'd be pretty cool.
I'll ping the Perry brothers and see if they want to join us.
Right? I saw that. I don't watch their show because when they're on live, it's like 5 in the morning, and I'm like just getting up to go to work, so I don't have any time to watch them. But I did I did actually, when I saw the Perry miniatures thing, I was like, what? And I clicked on it, and they were on there, and I was like, no way.
I know
That
that
is
was really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Really, I didn't watch. I didn't watch the whole lot, but I skimmed through it,
Yeah.
and yeah, I just so that was like fair enough to them. Like I watched the stream the week before or whatever, and
Hmm.
they mentioned it on the stream like, oh, we're gonna have the Perry brothers. I was like, what? I can't believe it. That's really cool of them. Like fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, this there's also this one right here, which is it's a style of German beer, as you can tell, Kolsch, from Cologne, Germany. Which, oh, have you ever seen that footage of the Cologne Panther in World War II?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh man, it is the most like intense footage I have ever seen of like of World War II, actual footage in the field. And it's this panther. So they were in Cologne, Germany. In Cologne, there's like this gigantic cathedral. It's just absolutely beautiful. And there was a German. This was like near the end of the war, so the Americans were going into Germany, right, and just kind of clearing out the Germans. And there was this Panther tank that was sitting near in the streets of the city, and they were kind of doing like a little last stand sort of thing. And uh, I think they sent two Easy Eights up the road to take care of it, and then uh, they just both got blown up, completely exploded by the Panther. So they were like, okay, we gotta take this guy out. So there was this tank that was like, hey, we're gonna go do it, and we're gonna sneak up on him, and we're gonna get him, right? So they go up there and they start firing, and it's a lucky shot. And there's this guy who is a war photographer, and he's got a video camera. He's got like a little tiny recorder, and he's up in one of the buildings in the window, and he's filming that. He's hiding, but he's filming that Panther tank, and you see the rounds come and hit the tank and penetrate inside, and you see the crew jumping out, and I think the commander, I think, burned inside of the tank. But you see, or either that or all the guys got out. But you got to watch it though. It's on YouTube. It's the
I
Cologne.
think if you describing it, I feel like I might have seen it.
Yeah, you see the crew get out at just incredible speed, and like also like you're surprised that they even got out in the first place, because it's like very close encounters.
I
Yeah,
feel like with
and
world tanks, like it's almost amazing that tank can take a round and the crew like able to escape. You would have thought like if I was sat in a tank, like if I was sat in that Tiger tank or Panther,
mhm.
it would take the opinion that I wasn't going to get out. I'm going to die. You know, it's just crazy that I know like German stuff is a lot better than the Allied tanks. Like if you were in a Sherman, you probably genuinely believed you wouldn't get out of that tank. You would die if you got hit. It's horrible for the crew, I must admit. But yeah, I guess maybe the Germans felt a bit better about their tanks because they were quite superior. But even still, like get nailed.
Let me know if you can. I'm just gonna play it on here and show you guys. It's pretty incredible. Let me know if you can see it. Okay.
Might have to minimize your voice.
Like that, maybe? Oh, I guess my camera is in the way.
Yeah.
How's that?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a delay on, but I think what I'm...
It's probably going to be a little delayed for you, but... So, yeah, so... You have the Sherman tank. It points out where the where the place or where the panther is. Just amazing footage. Yeah, so if you see this U.S. guy jumping out of the turret, his leg is he like got shot off. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think.
And so they're trying to figure out like, whoa, there's a panther down there. We got to take care of it. Like this is a big problem.
I would have thought they could use infantry.
Persian tanks.
Died shortly after. That's crazy. What tank? They Shermans, are they?
That's a Persian tank.
Sorry, Pershing. Yeah.
But this is a good video. Yeah, go watch this video on your
The
whenever.
Pershing's a late war tank destroyer, isn't it? Am I right
Yeah,
in saying that?
yeah. They had the Pershing and then they had the Super Pershing, which had like rockets, like literally rockets attached to the turret. It was pretty goofy. But like you see the rounds hit, like there's multiple rounds hitting the Panther. They just sit there and just lay into it.
Oh, there's a Sherman there as well. Alan Smith said, "Are people in the UK fighting back against scamdemic Germany?" Do you mean scamdemic? You mean like the pandemic? Oh yeah, you can see the rounds hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what tank is that? That's only a little thing then.
No, that's a Panther. That's a Panther tank.
Yeah, you know, I was expecting some like Tiger, I guess. That is
But anyway.
Oh yeah, you can see the shot right through it.
Yeah. So, of course, you're going to see this a little bit later, but you see how shaky it was?
Yeah.
The footage. So there's this guy, he stabilized it, so you actually just sit there and watch it, and it's not shaky or anything.
That's scary stuff. How are people in the UK getting on with pandemic? Because that's what Alan's asking. Probably not as well as we should do. Now the weather's getting really nice. Everyone's thinking it's a good idea to go on the beaches. So you're getting crowds and crowds and crowds of people all going to the beaches. And we're not in a good shape in the UK. I think we'll go into a second spike fairly soon, and then that's going to lead to issues, I think, because it's a bit more uncertainty on what the government's going to do. I can't be bothered to go too much into it because I don't like talking about the COVID stuff because we wouldn't have an issue if people weren't being so stupid. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Same here.
Hey,
well, I live on the coast, so like everybody's like going to the beach and stuff, and it's just freaking irritating because they come up from the big city, from Seattle, and then they go through my town and stop at like, well, you stop at the grocery store and do this, and then they get all their grubby little hands all over everything, and then they go out to the beach, and plus traffic's backed up in my small town. You can't do anything. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Well, my sister works in the south, Weymouth, which is a seaside town, and she said it's unbearable when it comes like tourist season, especially now where you've got like so many people coming to visit. And she works in a pub, and the place is rammed, and there's no social distancing going on and stuff. We're trying to do your best, but
yeah,
people just seem to think it's gone. It's just weird that they're like, "Oh, it's over now." It's like, no.
Yeah.
If anything, it's coming back, and we're going to be in trouble. So.
Yeah. Alan, tear down the statues. Hey.
Well, for instance, in Bristol, where I
Alan,
live.
I'll do some
Small town.
discussion about that with you one of these days and talk about the
Yeah,
statues
use.
as an
Well,
American to an American.
in Bristol, for instance, they tore down the Colston statue. I don't know. We were talking ages, Trace, about it. Like Colston, who kind of is a big part of why Bristol had a lot of money, and they tore down his statue.
Why? Because he had a lot of money.
He dealt massively in the slave trade.
Ah,
Just
that's
fair
right.
enough.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, like not that it's fair enough he dealt in the slave trade, but
Yeah.
you know, dealt in the slave trade and people were upset by it. So yeah, we had like a big Black Lives Matter protest. And they tore it down and threw it in the harbour. It's been pulled out now and it's going to be put in a museum, I think.
Yeah, they
It's just crazy.
They want to take down the Emancipation statue with Abraham Lincoln in it, and they took down Columbus' statue. I forget where. I think
They're slowly getting rid of all the Confederate statues, aren't they?
yeah, that I can understand because like they did fight for a regime or not a regime. I shouldn't say that, but they're with the whole fighting to keep slavery. Like I get that, and plus they were traitors to their country. They rebelled.
What I find funny about the American Civil War is when the Americans had the War of Independence, they were kind of like the heroes against the tyranny that is the crown.
Yeah.
So then the Confederate States tried to do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And
well, actually, now that I think of it, Alan's from the South. He's a Kentucky guy, which was a border state. They were trying to. It kept in the Union, but also like it was on the cuff of becoming a slave state or a southern state or whatever. Be nice to get his take on that. We might have to do a special little episode on the American Civil War and really indulge in it. Because I was telling this is kind of for Alan, but I was telling Matt when we first started doing these shows about the American Civil War, and I was like, it's really, really hard to really understand the American Civil War. There's so many layers, and it's really hard to do it. You can sit and read as much as you want, but
I think the American Civil War is a lot deeper than people even think.
Yeah, well, this is what I tell people because I always grew up with it's about slavery, and then when I got into college and high school and all that, it's about slavery. But I've always heard also on the other side it's not about slavery, it's about states' rights, and all sorts of stuff. And I think it all depends on the person and also what you think it's about. Because like I said, I was explaining to it, I think to one of my coworkers, I was like, if you're a slave during that time, what the war means to you is completely different from this guy from New York in the Union Army, right? And then also it's the time period, I think, as well. The time period, because in the beginning of the war, it was about keeping the Union together. But then once you hit that one little spot where Lincoln does the Emancipation Proclamation, then he changes it to this is a war of freeing human beings. And it turns it into a war of slavery. That's where I'm at right now. That's how I kind of see it.
I would say it is about slavery, but not as simple as that. So, for instance, like I would say, it's economy.
Alan's going crazy. Alan's going crazy. the Southerner.
The economy of the South is heavily built on slavery. Like that's how it is. That's how it was, sort of thing. And then you're going to have this Northern government say, "No, you can't do that anymore."
Like, they were fighting on the federal government.
Of course, the Southern states are going to be like, "Hang on a minute, you're going to strip us of a very, very wealthy economy," which like the Southern tobacco was famous all over the world, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
it's mad amount of money, and then Northern's going to turn around and go, no, you can't do that. So, like I think Alan's saying, like state rights, where the South would say, well, we want to be able to do our own thing because. So I would say it is about slavery, but not. Oh, we want to keep slaves because we're bad people. It's a whole economy of
Yeah.
the South is built up on this slavery, so they can't just remove it overnight.
Yeah.
Right? And I think if the South, if the Confederate States became a country and they separated from the Union, I think they would have ended slavery anyway. I don't think.
It was inevitable. Yeah.
It was inevitable that slavery was on its way out, and it was inevitable it was going to end.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would have had it much more longer than 10 years after the Civil War anyway.
Yeah. Well,
so you can argue that point where, yes, it is about slavery, but then also it's not about the Southern people being bad.
Yeah.
It's a lot more involved. It's massive, I think.
Lincoln said he would keep slaves. It's reconnecting us to. Okay, good. It's still going. Okay. Yeah.
We're almost on an hour half away, so I'm not sure if you want to.
Yeah, we'll cut it off here pretty soon. But just for the record, Alan, yeah, small federal government. I'm the same way. I'm Republican, so I
just think with the American Civil War, I think people get caught up. Like Alan, I think he's rightly saying,
this is a Southern view
for different reasons, but
yeah,
I think you want to get into the head of the politicians of the time almost. I know it's weird to say that, but like for instance, like all these Southern politicians, like I think for instance the Southern, am I right in saying
the dirty Democrats
the Southern states had the majority in government. Am I right in saying that before the war, and then after the war they were kind of almost stripped of all their position when it came to the government. I don't know what you'd call it. Congress is that?
Yeah,
was Congress. That back then? So you had like a very heavy Southern Congress.
Yeah, you have the House of Representatives, and then you also have the Senate, and that is together the Congress.
So and then after the war, like obviously the North just stripped it completely out. So you kind of had like the South that felt like they were the majority when it came to the country's decisions, and then you got like the smaller part of the North going, oh no, you can stop living the way you live and making loads of money. You understand where the South going to be like, no, we're not going to stand for it. So I don't know. I don't think you could sit down and explain the Civil War over a pint. I think it would take books and books of. It's just massive, and people don't realize like they don't. Again, someone would go, "Oh well, the Southern states wanted slavery and the North didn't, so that's why they started the war." And you think
it's not as simple as that.
No,
like I said,
you cannot.
Yeah, I said, it all depends on who you're asking, because it means the Civil War means different things to different people, and then also I think the timeline. It's exactly Alan's got it perfect. It's super complicated. Still today, I don't think we can pinpoint.
I think the country. I can't really comment, but I would say it seems like the states are still divided.
Yeah,
because of the Civil War, which happened,
Yeah, but it would be awesome though to have a little paint and chat about the slavery and everything, or not slavery,
but heavy. That's the problem. The problem every time we talk about the American Civil War, we get into slavery, and then it gets very heavy. Subject.
Well, that's why we just don't do the live stream and we just talk freely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but. Anyway, so are you ready to? It's probably getting pretty late there. It's probably like midnight.
Gotta love the American Civil War.
American Civil War is awesome. I feel I was talking to my grandfather about like a month ago on the phone, and I told him this is during all the I called him because they were wanting to take down Lincoln's statue, which is just ridiculous. When Lincoln becomes a racist, I mean that's just things are messed up. And I was like, Gramps, I feel like I'm gonna have to fight for my battlefields one of these days in my lifetime, because once they tear all that down, and then they're going to want to tear down something else and have something else to be mad about. Then they're going to look towards the battlefields like Gettysburg Battlefield and everything, and they're going to want to tear the monuments down there and tear up that land and get rid of it, you know. So I don't know. I guess that's my last bit. So, alrighty. Any last comments at all?
But we'll try to do this again. I want to say next week.
Yeah, let's do it next week.
I,
I'm all for it.
We try. I don't know if like 10:30 works for you again. For
Yeah,
my time,
yeah.
that is. I don't know your time.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
we've got a good hour and a half then of what's everyone's about.
Tomorrow I will be playing, doing some battle reports with my uncle who made his
Nice.
own game, and will be his game that he made will be featured on Tabletop CP.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until 2 weeks ago. He was like, "Hey, I got this going on," and I was like, "What? I subscribe to them. You know, everybody watches them. They got great battle reports." So
It's funny you say that because I only just subscribed to Tabletop CP. I didn't realise
they're pretty big. Yeah, they're pretty big. But
I wasn't subscribed to them. Yeah.
But yeah,
It came up on Facebook, and I saw them, and I was like, "How have I not seen this on my feed?"
Yeah.
And I went to their channel and not subscribed to it.
My uncle, his game it's like a force on force. It's modern sort of, but you can do modern era to World War II and everything, and it's skirmish. You know, each guy is a character basically.
Okay, yeah.
And
it's cool.
It seems pretty cool. But I'm gonna try it out for the first time tomorrow. And also he's like, "Hey, I want this game pretty much completely free. Maybe some things are worth a little bit, but mostly free. I don't really care about the money. I just want to get it out there." And for them to I read through the rules a little bit, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyways, that's all I have to say, and I'm gonna end it. So
yep.
So